eliminating mortgages and malpractice. There should be 1,000 things that you could talk about. Am I right?
Correct.
It needs to be like, if you're going to do these remix reels or side by side, it needs to be side by side of a court case of somebody who just went through some mortgage malpractice.
I got that on.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It's not here.
Not consistent.
Then it's not here.
Right. Okay.
If I got to search and find it, you're not that guy.
Right.
I'm saying you got to paint a picture of you are the only person who talks about this stuff consistently and knows the most about it. You need to know every single court case that happened. You need to know every single law. You need to know every situation that's going on right now about mortgage malpractice. Period.
Okay. So even when I do my lives and I break all that down, that my wheels don't show it, but my lives.
Everything has to show it.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
So some people say, yo, I do that already. I did it last week. You need to do it every day.
Right.
I release something on my podcast every day. Go on my YouTube. I release something every day. Look on my Instagram. I release it every day. This is how I can demand a certain amount of money. This is how I can go on and I can go somewhere and say, hey y'all, meet me at this place, and people come because I'm consistent every day.
Right.
Most people aren't consistent every day. And right now you're not consistent every day.
Well, I post, but I don't post mortgage.
Not consistent every day.
Okay.
If you post once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, you might as well not post anything. All right, listen, every single week, every episode, you hear me talking about themorningmeetup.com. It's the community. Let me show you what's happening here. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, there's 400 plus people on a Zoom call, right? We're learning, we're talking, we're growing together, and this is you. There's all these people here. It's all these people in the morning meetup. Hundreds of people reading books, growing. We get together quarterly. It's amazing. And for some reason, you just keep looking at, just go to themorningmeetup.com and get in the circle. And then you'll be like way happier. Just themorningmeetup.com. Let's get back to the episode. Okay, we are here, Q&A, exclusively for Morning Meetup members. So you got to be in the Morning Meetup to be able to sit in that seat and be on the podcast. So,
well, I brought this seat with me.
My brother Orlando goes, look, we about to jump into this thing, man. Happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, you flew in from where?
From Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. All right. So I want to know about your business, and then we'll get into how to grow it. So go for it.
Mortgage Eliminator.
Mortgage Eliminator.
I eliminate 30-year mortgages to take headaches and stress away from you.
You eliminate 30-year mortgages.
Yes.
You eliminate 30-year mortgages. So if I have a 30-year mortgage, you can eliminate my mortgage.
Yes, sir. Without
like I don't have to pay it.
No, sir. You've already paid it.
I've already paid it.
You've already paid it.
What if I haven't already paid? So I have a mortgage. I have a mortgage.
Yes. Okay.
I pay it every month.
Okay.
But it hasn't been that many months. A couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was paid the day when you was at closing.
How?
Because your credit, sir. Finance a transaction under 15 U.S.C. Section 1602. Under that particular definition, it calls you a private lender. So you as a private lender...
Hold on, it called the buyer. I'm the private lender.
Yes. Okay. Private educational lender. So what you're doing, you're extending your credit to the financial institution for the purpose of them to then make profit from you. Because without consumers, banks would not exist. Because they need the credit to financially maneuver in the financial space. Mm-hmm. So basically, if you look, the Federal Reserve notes for every $100 bill that everybody, works for and everything, it's only 17 cents per every 100.
So every $100 that I have, it's only worth 17 cents.
Yes, sir. Okay. So with that being said, the question that everybody should be saying, well, how is everything getting paid? Mm-hmm. How is everything getting done? Because the credit is what's financing all that. The contracts that you're entering into are unilateral contracts. They're one-sided contracts that's playing towards all the financial institutions. But you as the consumer, you are the one extending the credit for the financial institution to make profit from you. But they're not disclosing this under CFR 42, failure to disclose certain information. They have a duty and a responsibility to disclose that information to the consumer, which they fail to do all the time, 7 days a week, 365 days out the year.
So does everyone fail to disclose that information?
Yes.
Every single lender has failed
Yes.
to disclose this information to a lender.
Yes. That's why if you look back at 2012, Bank of America got sued for, I think it was they gave a consumer $5 million or so back in 2012. There's numerous banks that got sued on mortgage fraud. They call it quote unquote mortgage fraud, which it is, but and different things of that sort. So they got sued. There's cases that you can Google and it'll come up. 60 Minutes did a special on this 10 years ago.
So here's my thing. Let's say I'm a bank. I got sued because I did something wrong, right?
Correct.
Well, I'm sure the bank is smart enough to know, okay, well, let's just disclose what we're supposed to disclose. No?
If they did that, then you would know who's really in control of that transaction.
What do you mean?
That if they was to disclose it, if I was to say, hey, David, I mean, you're lending me the credit as the bank. You're the one lending me the credit. So I need to come to you for the transaction to even take place. How would you renegotiate that deal, D?
I would for sure. I mean, of course you need me, the buyer, to sign up and say, yo, I'm gonna use my credit to fund this deal, of course.
But what is it, Dave? Most of the time when you go to a bank, the bank makes you think they're giving you something. Correct?
Correct.
So that way, if they think they're giving you something, then they're going to say, "Hey, Dave, if you don't bank with us, then we're not going to be able to give you the capital for that house." Well, Dave, you walked in. You're a private lender under the Truth in Lending Act, 15 USC Section 1602.
So I'm lending the bank money for me to get a house.
You're lending credit to the bank for them to finance, to sell to third parties, which they do every single day. So they're selling your personal data information. So data information right now in America is the top financial revenue stream outside of oil. Oil was number one, but now it's number two based on data information being sold.
Okay, so when I walk into a bank and I say I want to buy this house I give them my credit. You're saying what the bank does is takes my information, my credit score, and they're selling my information to a third party.
Yes.
And the fact that they give money to buy this house, but in that process, they've sold my information. You're saying that part's illegal. And I can say the money that you pay for, the money you put up for this house, I get to have this house now without a mortgage, and I have to pay you back because you sold my information. Is that correct?
Because what that did was that's revenue stream. So you ever heard the saying that money comes out of thin air? It really does. Because what they do is the Federal Reserve notes are created from your signature has a value, your social security number, your birth certificate. They all use that as collateral interest bonds on the stock market. This is sold every day on the stock market and multiple things. So it's not like so your mutual funds, your mortgages, your ETF REITs, ETF real estate REITs or mortgages, bundled all the way up. That's why they had the financial collapse in 2008.
Got it. All right. Okay. Here's my question. Have you eliminated some people's mortgages?
Yes, sir.
How many you got?
Right now, I'm up to 5.
5. You eliminated 5 people's mortgages.
Yes. Yes. Now, the funny thing is, you know how when you in the morning meetup and you say to us, people mind shift about money and different things of that, you would be surprised to know a lot of people, because they know that damages come with this, they're not interested in the money. They're more
Damages.
Damages meaning when you find out that they've illegally done this to you as far as your mortgage is concerned, then there's damages behind this. Like, millions, millions in damage recovered, and stuff. So when people find out about this, you would think they'd be like, wow, I want this. No and behold, it scares more people. They're like, yo, listen, I just want the house.
Yeah.
Because for certain people, especially in the minority community, when they hear certain things, they say they want it, but then when it's presented to them for the possibility of that happening, their mind shift is like, whoa.
Okay, I will say I don't know if I when I hear it, of course. Okay, let's say house is $300,000. I would love to not have to pay mortgage on a $300,000 house and just have it and maybe sell it to somebody for $300,000. I just get to keep the $300,000. I would love to do that. But I would be interested to see these case studies of the people. Give me one example of a person that you helped eliminate their mortgage. How much was their mortgage?
Their mortgage was, I think their mortgage was 400,000.
About $400,000.
About 400,000, I believe.
You go through this process. You take the bank to court.
Yes. Yes. The mortgage company too, and everybody involved. Everybody.
And how long does this process take?
6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months. And so now that person owns their house free and clear, and they have the title deed.
Yes.
Okay, here's my question, and then we'll get to your question on why you're here. If I am a lender, if I'm a lender, I have $1 million, and you want to buy a $100,000 house, and I say I'm going to give you $100,000, but I'm not selling your information. I'm just a mortgage lender. That's not my play. My play isn't selling your information. Then you still have to pay me my mortgage.
Are you asking me to run my credit?
If I do ask you to run your credit, you're saying that's an automatic, you'll win that case and you want to pay.
Right, because under that form I told you, SSA 89 form, which is a form from the Social Security Administration that legally says you have to, the consumer has to authorize the Social Security number to be ran prior to the transaction.
Got it. Okay. All right. So, okay. Those are all my questions. What is your question? What do you need to know from me?
So I need to know from you, knowing that, the information in the business that I'm in, how do I best market the information that I just laid out to you to the average consumer so it doesn't seem like it's so overwhelming, because there is an abundance of information since I've been doing this 10 years. So I don't want to seem like I'm overwhelming the consumer.
So you've been doing this 10 years?
Well, I studied the from me being homeless. From me being homeless and eating out of trash cans and really struggling and knowing, being on Section 8 and different things of that sort, learning, because I got into myself about, well, I'm, when you washing up in bathrooms and and landlords kicking you out, stealing your stuff and stuff like that, and and stuff, you tend to be like, okay, something got to change. I need to learn this whole structure, this whole system. So that's what I did for 10 years. I really delved into how does money work? How is it created?
And the 5 people that you eliminated their mortgage, how long has it, or when was the first one you helped?
The first one, I studied it for the 10 years. Before I turned it into a business, I helped family and friends in 2016, but I started like really looking at it as a business. My business got started in 2020.
Ah, around the time you joined the morning meetup?
No.
Try to throw that.
Yeah.
All right, so
well,
anyway.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
No, we don't cap. It's all
Sorry,
good.
no.
All right, so you're having. So here's the only thing that I'm going to say. I will help you grow this. You're going to have to keep eliminating mortgages.
Okay.
Because it seems like too good to be true. And it seems like a long process where I'm going to waste a lot of time, energy, attention, and money because it just seems too good to be true.
Well, yeah. Well, let me just clear you. You're not going to waste money.
Okay.
It is going to take time.
I got to pay you, though.
But money is, no, I told you I would do yours for free.
No, you would for me, but an average consumer. Because
but I got testimony. But I got testimonies on my IG that let you know, hey, yes, it took time.
Let me see. What's your Instagram?
The mortgage eliminator. Goes mortgage eliminator. So go to my YouTube page. There's a
on your page. You have a testimonial.
Yeah.
Mortgage eliminator. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me follow you real quick. Where's that?
Go to YouTube.
Which one?
Go to YouTube. Go to.
I'm saying you got one on your page.
Yeah,
your Instagram.
Yeah. Go.
Which one?
Go to. Let me go down here.
Because I want to see. I want to see somebody that you eliminated their mortgage.
Can you click this? My link tree is there. So my YouTube has a testimonial on it. It's on there.
You're saying it's not on your Instagram.
It is on my Instagram, but it's harder to find this. Anna Golfing.
You got
Anna Golfing.
Anna Golfing.
Right.
Where? Okay. All right, because you only got 93 posts on here.
Right.
It shouldn't be that hard to find, but all right. It ain't that many scrolls.
I know.
I just want to see who it is. I just want to see the testimonial because that makes me a believer.
All right.
Anna, and how you know Anna?
She was just brought to me by an individual that heard of me, and then she was in a total mess, like a real total mess. They was trying to steal the house from her, the city and the state, because your mortgage company and the foreclosure is not the one going after you. It's the state, because when you register the deed, the state takes over the property.
Got it. 5 minutes.
Right. I know. I'm trying to.
It ain't that many posts.
I know. I'm trying to go to my.
If it's on, you got it.
I think it's from the June 22nd when I'm running it now to make sure that she's on it. I saw that.
Let me see. You have it. You have it on your phone.
I'm waiting for it to get.
So you're saying it's on YouTube though?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go to YouTube. Here, I'll find it on YouTube.
Because it's only she's. Okay.
All right, let me see it. All right.
No, that's the first. It's 2 of them. It's the first.
All right, cool. So, mortgage eliminator, testimonial, Anna. First off, this joint's an hour, bro. Hold on.
No, you can speed it up, Dave.
Okay,
I
all right,
mean, you gotta listen to
let's
the
see.
whole hour, Dave. And this is a wonderful lady. Thank you. Stress me to heck. To build my house like with an architect. So those are my like personal goals. And also, too, we still got to take them to court now to the city because this is the money part. This is the part I like the most. That lien off because they never got that lien off like that. Yep. With them on. Yep. So, and also what I'd like to go into, because I don't know if you do a lot, Orlando, and I think you should because it's very, it's beneficial to you because I want people to know how well-rounded you are. But he also has connections to people that set up trust and will and testaments and things like that. So that's where I'm at in the process. It's just kind of solidifying everything, putting it into trust so it can't be touched. I'm done. I really what I told Orlando I want to do is start a church in my basement, so I don't have to pay property tax anymore. No, ain't no tax. He gonna be the trust, so it can't be touched.
Is this? Did she already go past the part where she said Orlando or eliminated my mortgage?
Yeah. At the very beginning, she just comes right up.
Listen, if I was going to teach you how to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Like if I had a course teach you how to make $1 million a year, positive, you're going to make $1 million. Would you give me 10,000? Of course you would. It's no brainer, right? So in a calendar year, we make 7 figures with the podcast. But there's 21 things that I extracted from that you're going to need to launch a podcast. But I only got time to give you 3 right now. One is you need a distribution platform. The distribution platform is what you upload your podcast to. That platform sends it to Spotify, Apple, Google Play, so that your supporters can actually listen to your podcast. You're also going to need a microphone. You need a really good microphone so it's crispy audio. And 3, you need an income strategy. This is not necessarily a hobby, unless you're going to make it a hobby, but I can teach you how I made the 7 figures with these 21 things. Now, the good news is you don't have to give me 10,000. My ebook is only $37, okay? So listen, go to podcastebook.com and get the 21 things that you need. And I can explain it in detail, all the things that you need, okay? Podcastebook.com. Let's get to the episode. Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go.
Minutes. It was hard to hold this for 10 minutes. I'm sitting there like, huh? Oh, man. Because, I mean, you got people here already. They ready to hear what's going on. So actually, it's really funny because I have an update to the update. So I haven't listened to it yet, but I have a voicemail from my old bankruptcy attorney. So we'll see what he says. I'll forward it to you, and maybe you can listen to it and tell me what he said because I really don't care. Okay. So if you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself. Tell, because we got new people in the building. So some of them might have not even heard what was going on. So do okay. So I run this today. Go through the whole story and then go to the update. Okay. So my name is Anna Golfin. I had a case today for my Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which I was illegally put into for my house. It was successfully dismissed today. I get to keep my house. I get to keep my car. I no longer have mortgage payments. It is like, today is just the greatest day ever. Before you do all that, tell them the backstory. Dang. All right. So the backstory is, I was really upset because I knew that something was wrong with my mortgage. I bought an investment property in 2017. It's a 5-unit, and it was wrongfully zoned by the city of Worcester. And so it kept me from being in a lot of programs like energy saving programs. It kept me from a lot of things. Along the way, I had brokers and people that were steering me wrong. I didn't know what to do about it. I thought about just not having the house anymore. That's how frustrated I got. I was in an illegal bankruptcy. I was pushed into it. My mortgage company didn't offer me a forbearance, which is usually what they're supposed to do. And in my case, they didn't. They were gunning for the property because of the value of the property, which is, it's a nice property. It's worth a lot. And so I basically had to fight everybody off and tell them that they were illegally trying to seize my property.
So today was one of many federal court cases that we have coming up, and I was awarded what I was seeking in my judgment. And now we're going to move on to the second part of the federal process, which is just like the settlement, and to see how much is coming to me from these entities that have wronged me. So that's basically the long and short of it. I wasn't really sure about a lot of consumer protection law in the federal sense until I met Orlando. He's been really helpful along the process. He's given me all the education that I needed. He's stayed up with me on the phone. He's listened to me rant and rave. He's been my therapist, which he told me he's also going to charge me for. But yeah, so it's just been a really long, arduous process. But the results actually came a lot shorter than I thought they would. He actually didn't even need to fly in to town to do this. The paperwork that we filed in the courthouse was enough for them, the judge, to see things my way, which was the most incredible part. We thought we were going to have to fly him in. We were expecting all of this hoopla and all of this like back and forth, and it really wasn't like that at all. It was really cool. It was a fast process, and I no longer have mortgage payments, and I no longer have a car payment. So yeah, it feels great. It feels great to know.
Okay. All right. So congratulations. That's major for sure.
Thanks.
And it seems like she was like going through bankruptcy or something like that. Or
Yeah,
I mean, in that case,
her attorney pushed her into it.
Gotcha.
She didn't have to.
Right. I mean, but in that particular case, it doesn't seem like she just was like, "Yo, I got a mortgage one day." It sounded like they did something wrong. They did something off outside of the credit thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Well. Yes, they did something wrong, but they do something wrong to everybody.
Right.
That's the whole thing. You know, it's everybody. See, hers was so blatant though.
Right, for sure. Do you have any people where they're regular people, house, everything was worked out the way it's supposed to, but like you was like, "Yo, you don't want a mortgage no more? I got you." Poof, we going.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Gotcha.
It's not done, but I'm in the process of that now. 2 in Philadelphia, and I'm doing now.
All right, so here's what I would say. Here's what I'd say. Literally the only, well, I think there's a couple ways we can go about it. One, it seems like you know a whole lot about this mortgage system, and there's some people out in the world that know they have issues with their mortgage or they're in trouble somehow. Whether they're going through bankruptcy, a hard time, things of that nature. I think you becoming an educator on, like, I don't know if it'd be lending malpractice or something like that. I think that would probably be an easier sell because now you're just selling information. You're educating people on a particular topic which affects them, right? Especially if it's somebody that's going through a tough situation that they have to get out of, right? So, or wrongful situation or whatever. The much harder sell is somebody like me who I don't think anything's wrong, right? It's just a harder sell to wrap my mind around. Somebody gave me money and I don't got to give it back to them.
No, you gave them. You gave them.
But I didn't give.
I know.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know.
So especially in the world, I'm just saying in the world we live in.
Right.
It's so commonplace that, if you're gonna get a car, you got to run your credit. Which only makes sense, really, when you think about it. If I'm gonna give you some money, I need to know that you've paid some other people back. So it seems normal. My point is, that's my point.
I know it seemed that way.
So what I would have you to do, or my suggestion,
right?
I don't know, especially with the 5 cases. Obviously, I'd package those up on my social media, and that would be the first thing that I see, right? Where she said, "Yo, Orlando helped me eliminate my mortgage. I can't believe it." You got those 5 people that have that.
Now, the only thing with that, because each one of them I did ask for the testimony, but some people said, "No, I don't want everybody to know." So they, like they wanted to keep it quiet, private, because you know how some of our people are, like, I'm going to keep this quiet, But I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying That's why I don't have the 5 on there.
Yeah. Well, now we know in the very beginning of the agreement that's a part of it.
Right.
If you end up with no mortgage, you have to give me a testimonial. It's in the agreement.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only way. So if you're saying, yo, I helped these 5 people, but they can't really talk about it right now, I'm looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I know.
Make sense?
I know.
So we got the young lady Anna, but it seems like she was going through a bankruptcy. Like people are attacking her. It wasn't just she's going through her life and she bought a house the way she was taught to buy a house, and now she's had one idea. Yo, I don't want to pay this no more. Right?
Right.
Those are the if you're doing that, like I can just decide I don't want to pay, and you find a little loophole legally, ethically.
You can. That's the point. Like the one I'm doing now. That my son's old teacher. He came to me with like, yo, I don't want to pay this no more. Can I get out of it?
Eliminate it.
Sure. Yeah.
You eliminate or you're in a process.
So we're in federal court. We're waiting for a court date. So we're in the process.
Gotcha. Well, you need to like secure that up front in an agreement.
He said 100%.
I don't care what he said.
I know.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
But I've been in so many situations where the person said they were going to do something, and then it comes down to it.
Yeah. Change their mind. I got
especially when it got to do with some money. Especially.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a nasty situation.
Right.
But my point is, we got 2 avenues. One, if you're just going to go for eliminating people's mortgages, you're going to need a whole lot of testimonials. But to get the testimonials, people have to trust you. But the only way that people are going to trust you is you continue to give this information out to people. So you have a book?
That should be out by September 15th?
Yeah, well, that's what we're working on. That's the goal.
Okay. All right, cool. We
So
get a book out. In the meantime, and I haven't looked at the page. I just followed it, but I don't know how many, like, how educational it is. I know on YouTube, we got 3 videos I just saw on your YouTube channel. There needs to be 100. There needs to be 1,000. There needs to be 10,000 videos of you teaching something that people don't know about mortgages.
Right.
In malpractice.
Right.
Sure.
It is on it. Like if you remove your deed, once you remove your deed, you eliminate.
I'm talking about your YouTube.
Right. Right.
It's not on here.
No, I'm saying different. I did an interview with Shaky.
Orlando.
What?
Listen to me.
Yes.
On your YouTube.
Oh, my!
You need to have 1,000 videos of you teaching something.
Okay.
It's not getting someone to hire you to eliminate their mortgage. It's about you educating people enough to where you have a bunch of videos where if somebody is going through this issue, they can watch your videos and they can read your book, and eventually they'll reach out and say, I don't even know nobody that's been given this much information. I need you to help me.
So basically you're saying I need to take my Instagram to my Instagram page, but that's all I do on Instagram. So I need to transcribe that over to my.
Not transcribing, just a whole another video.
I need to transfer it over to.
Let me see this video.
Morning, y'all. How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a blessed day. I came to tell y'all
question for
this
you.
day, this day right here. This is the day.
What does this little kid on your page have to do with you eliminating mortgages?
No.
The answer is, that is the right answer. Okay, hold on.
I was going to say,
talk about what you're going to do. Don't just dream about what you're going to do. Don't criticize somebody else for
what does Beyonce giving a motivational speech have to do with eliminating mortgages? The answer is
nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And I'd imagine just going through these videos on your page that I'm just looking at them. They probably don't have a whole lot to do specifically with displaying your expertise and your knowledge in eliminating mortgages.
No, but that's my, you're right. Now, most of that is talking about the financial system, how, I mean, it is on that.
You're not talking about financial systems anymore.
Right.
You're talking about what? Mortgages.
Right.
Mortgages, malpractice.
Right.
You need to be known as the person who understands the most about the big bad monster.
Right.
Right? like eliminating mortgages and malpractice. There should be 1,000 things that you could talk about. Am I right?
Correct.
It needs to be like, if you're going to do these remix reels or side by side, it needs to be side by side of a court case of somebody who just went through some mortgage malpractice.
I got that on.
No, you
but
don't.
Not
No, you don't. It's not here.
not consistent.
Then it's not here.
Right. Okay.
If I got to search and find it, you're not that guy.
Right.
I'm saying you got to paint a picture of you are the only person who talks about this stuff consistently and knows the most about it. You need to know every single court case that happened. You need to know every single law. You need to know every situation that's going on right now about mortgage malpractice. Period.
Okay. So even when I do my lives and I break all that down, that my wheels don't show it, but my lives.
Everything has to show it.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
So some people say, yo, I do that already. I did it last week. You need to do it every day.
Right.
I release something on my podcast every day. Go on my YouTube. I release something every day. Look on my Instagram. I release it every day. This is how I can demand a certain amount of money. This is how I can go on. I can go somewhere and say, hey, y'all, meet me at this place, and people come because I'm consistent every day.
Right.
Most people aren't consistent every day. And right now, you're not consistent every day.
Well, I post, but I don't post mortgage.
Not consistent every day.
Okay.
If you post once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, you might as well not post anything.
No, I do a video, but I get what you're saying. I do post.
You posted 16 hours ago. If you on a plane, that has nothing to do with mortgage. 1 day ago, you posted a flyer. The Social Security Administration is a private business. Thanks for
that. That has
good. And then 2 days ago, you're remixing another person talking about something that you're the expert in. You might as well not have an Instagram at all. I'm trying to like help you to understand.
Okay.
You have to be like super intentional about painting a picture that you are the most knowledgeable, most consistent person when it comes to mortgage malpractice. Period. There's like nothing, there's no other magic sauce to it.
Right.
There isn't anything else. If I went to your page, I'd probably be disappointed because most of the stuff isn't going to have to do with you being a mortgage expert, you personally. Got it?
Got it.
So what are you going to do?
Talking nothing about just about mortgage.
That's it. That's it. And you need to become more educated. So I know you know a lot, but there's more that you don't know than that you do know. Would you agree?
About eliminating them?
Absolutely. I'm telling you I'm right. I'm telling you. Who do you think is the best actor in the world?
Denzel.
There's more about acting that he doesn't know than he does know. He knows enough to become a celebrity. He knows enough to become a legend. There's more about acting that he doesn't know than he does know. He could probably take a class like some sort of acting class from a different like demographic, and he'd probably sit there and learn a whole bunch of stuff he don't know. He's good at it. He's good at it. There's more that he doesn't know. Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's your steps. Every day I need something on Instagram. And you got to fix the way your Instagram posts look because it's real, real dark. So every picture, every video needs to be like well lit. Not the light, not the lamp in your house. Because it looks like you're in your kitchen or something in the evening. Go outside where it's bright and people can like kind of hear this information. If you don't want to be on camera, at least it has to look aesthetically pleasing. It has to look good. Got it?
Got it.
So it has to look good. So when you post it, find some other people around you like, yo, how's this one? And then someone to give you, this is how you need to shoot it. This like just keep, eventually you'll get better at it.
Okay.
Every single day on Instagram, a little bit longer on YouTube, And I would suggest starting a podcast where you're talking about this stuff every single day, every single week, at least once a week on a podcast, every single day on Instagram, and every day on YouTube. And you take the same content that you're posting on Instagram in short clips and you post it on TikTok.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many mortgages are you going to eliminate next year?
My goal
Care
is
about your goal. How many? Give me a number. Say it with your chest. I will eliminate
1,000.
1,000 mortgages. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Y'all gonna hold them accountable?
Yes.
And there we have it. You just got to be the teacher, be the coach.
Yes, sir.
You will win big.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, there we have it. Listen, man, Q&A, the morning meetup. Make sure y'all follow Orlando, okay? Because he can eliminate your mortgage, I believe. But when he eliminates yours, then I'll believe him more. And once he has all these testimonials, you got to promise when he eliminates your mortgage, you give him a testimonial, okay? But it's gonna start with the brand and what people perceive you as. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. There we have it. Let everybody know how to find you, bro.
You can find me on Instagram at The Mortgage Eliminator. You can find me on YouTube, The Mortgage Eliminator. Tap in with me. Let's get them mortgages eliminated. Because I want to come back and tell them that,
Absolutely.
them 1,000. And then he'll let me do his for free.
Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact. Go on, start eliminating some, man. I need that. All right. Yeah,
All right.
appreciate it. All right, y'all. Like, subscribe, follow Orlando. We out.
We out.
I want to invite you to pick my brain.
Mine too.
Yours too?
Mine too.
Yours too.
I can
Okay,
pick
you
my brain.
guys. We are so excited because we just dropped our newest podcast series called the Brain Picker Podcast. David.
Oh, it's going down. You get to pick our brain. You have a business idea, a concept. You're stuck. You can't get off the ground. You need the advice of seasoned, experienced entrepreneurs. Not only entrepreneurs that are practitioners, but we got a lot of people that we've been coaching all over the last decade.
All over the globe.
They got receipts.
Not just that, you never know where your next investor might be hanging out. And the word on the street is we got all the connections.
That's a big fact.
We got all the connections. So if you want to sit down with us and pick our brains.
In front of our audience.
And we're letting you pick our brains. We won't even talk bad about you for doing it in front of our audience, bringing your business maximum exposure. Find the link somewhere around here, wherever you see it.
It's there.
And apply
right now
to pick our brain.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.